Welcome back, everyone. I'm going to do a quick technical analysis video on Airbnb, ticker symbol ABNB. I'm going to make this one as fast as I can. I'm looking at the weekly chart right now. I'm going to go ahead and mark the obvious levels of support and resistance, so any of the wicks, tops and bottoms, as fast as I can. Kind of zip through this technical analysis real fast. And now it's okay if it looks like a mess of lines, because we want to see basically where we need to pay attention to on the lines. So just marking each one of these wicks as fast as I can. And right here is a good one because it just seemed to shoot up from here. We got another wick here. I'm going to mark that one as well. Get that one, and then we want to mark the bottom as well. This is the farthest point down, I believe, that it went. So that could be a real good area to pay attention to. Right there. Okay, so we're all set on that. Now I'm going to switch to the actually, let me add one more right here and one more right here. Can't get enough of these lines. All right, this is the weekly chart. The reason I'm marking the weekly chart is this is a very small chart to begin with, because Airbnb was a recent IPO last year, I believe in December. So there's not a lot to go on for technical analysis. So when we switch over to the day chart, and this purple line that I have on here is the EMA. So if you're familiar with my other videos, you'll see that I use the EMA, but you can go to the indicators on EMA, and this is on TradingView, and moving average right there. You can add it to your chart, and if you want to make it look like mine, double click, choose your color, choose the thickness of the line, make it obvious, because what we're looking for is these candles to be closing above the purple line. See, if we're looking at the daily chart, I'll get these lines off for a minute. What we can see is that when it trended in the bullish direction, it stayed and resisted this purple line multiple times. And so what it acted as is this was a area of value. So a lot of people would get in when it would touch this purple line and then ride up to the top. And it wasn't until it crossed down here and then tested and resisted, this is when it really had a lot of signs of, oh no, something's happening. So pulling over to this side over here, today we do have an extremely bullish candle, which is great, but the volume is a little low, so that is somewhat concerning to me. So we add back our lines. We can see that right now we are in a support area here. I'll zoom in on these candles here and shrink this up a bit. Scroll over, so you can see that. Okay, so in this little range here, this is a range. This is the 137 to 143 range, right? So in this range, it's just continued to bounce. So you could buy it from here, sell it here. That's a 5% move. Sell the next move, 9%, 13%, 17%, and of this top line would be the top bar that we saw. So if you bought it here at this support line that has been bouncing in and were to hold it to the top all-time highs, you'd be looking at a 66% move on your return, which is a great investment. And I do believe in this company, Airbnb. I do believe it's going to be a strong company in the future. I just don't know when. So we're just looking at the technicals, paying attention to that. So these lines are areas of support. 121 is the low. That's the strong area. I do believe we may test that area, and if we do, that's where I'll start really paying a lot of attention. But from 121 to 131, anywhere in this area, I'd be comfortable buying and holding out until one of these all-time highs, and you really make some good profit. But again, these lines are areas to pay attention to. We want it above. We want these candles above this purple line to show us a bullish trend, and that would be a time for us to get into our trades. So if we look at the daily RSI, we don't have a lot to go on because, again, it's a newer IPO. So if we shorten it down to a 4-hour time frame, you can see that this thing dipped all the way down to the 20 level, and it's been picking up ever since. So this thing could continue all the way back up to the 70 level on the daily RSI, or the 4-hour RSI. And if it were to, then it may be a reversal right here. And if you look at the 4-hour, it is interesting because the 4-hour is now trying to close and stay above the purple line. So again, that is what we're looking for. But if you look over here in a few areas, it closed above the purple line here. And sure, it was a bullish move from maybe if you got on the purple line here and then held it to here. it's a 6% move, and it's not bad, but it's 20 bars, 7 days worth of holding for 6% gain. So there is better moves elsewhere. But if you're looking to go long on a company like this, again, we flip over to the daily chart, and we prefer, reset this. We prefer this. This isn't a good area. I mean, this is a good area of buying. I mean, you see it come down here. I prefer to buy stocks on swing trades when they're below these RSI levels, and that's just because they're just simply oversold, and they should come back. Now, I know that Airbnb had recent news that the insiders were now available to sell their shares, and that's why that there's this extreme sell-off so recent. So that explains the sell-off, but now we're just looking for the reversal. So if we look at the smaller time frames of 1 hour, we're trending up the purple line. So that's interesting to see. But we were here too as well, and then crossed down below. So again, maybe someone could make a case for this 4% move, but then they had to bear this move here, and then we're still waiting to see if it will reach new highs. So this is just a quick technical analysis on Airbnb. These are my levels of support here on the side. These are the numbers that I'm paying attention to. It's 121 to 131 range. This is an area of value that I strongly am going to pay attention to. Guys, if you like the video, smash that like button, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
I like that.